guys, happy Tuesday. I hope you all are having an awesome day. We're doing an early live today. We're at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time instead of 7 p.m. We're trying to alternate between the lives to get as many people as possible to be able to tune in, especially for winning prizes. So I think you guys are about to start popping on. Yeah, here you come. Okay, good deal, good deal. I'm trying to see who's on. And I have a backup now to hopefully get to see some of your comments as we go. And then I can correspond with you. Hi, we got some guys popping on. Good deal. All right, so I have no idea what we just did. Okay, all right, so today we got a little bit of a different view. I am showing you my kitchen because I want to do a little tour. And there we go. Hey, Marcy. This is your first time here? Awesome. And you love the site. Oh, this is great. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're here, Marcy. And there's my Norma. Hi, Norma. Norma won the t-shirt last week, and she sent me a picture of her wearing it. And yes, we are going to give a t-shirt away again today. So I'm just excited to be able to see you guys on my phone. You'll notice somebody's missing today. My sister, Drenda Michelle, who I call Shelbo. She's in on the coast, East Coast, and so she's not. She's in Florida. Yes. I'm trying to think. Her son is in the military. He's in the Air Force, and so they've kind of moved all over the country. But back in the spring, they moved closer to Florida, and we're in North Carolina. And so she is visiting with them today. So I am soloing it. So I'll be reading your comments and responding. Hey, Barbara. Barbara's here. Glad you're here too. Thank you. And there's Rose. Hi, Rose. Oh, Norma, you won the mug? Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Norma won the mug, and then her sweet, sweet husband bought the t-shirt for her. So she sent me a picture modeling it, and it looked great. She was going to the gym. So that's awesome. You it's like Christmas last week for you, Norma. You got a mug and a t-shirt. Your husband seems to be awesome, because last time you said something on here, he was cooking in the kitchen, and then he surprised you and ordered that shirt without you even knowing it. So that's terrific. Hi, Karen. Oh, you're in Central Florida. Good deal. Glad you guys are popping on. We're going to give away 3 prizes today, and we're going to do things a little bit different than we normally do. I wanted to show you my kitchen, mainly because if you've watched any of the previous videos, and you guys, this is different than YouTube. We do have a YouTube channel. I'm just going to be honest with you. A couple of people on YouTube and one person on the last live, after the live was over, left comments about they just wanted to get to the demonstration, the cooking demonstration. And guys, if you are watching later the replay of this, or if you're tuning in and you're just wanting the flour and you don't want to hear the talking, there's a link. I put all of the links. You'll notice the very first comment, it should have all the links, and you can go straight to the flour recipe if you want to, but we're going to talk. Somebody said something about we talk too much, but that's what this is about. This is our community group, and this is where I can talk to you guys. Hi, Rose. So, oh wait, your kitchen looks beautiful, Rose. Thank you. Thank you. I want to show it to you because my kitchen, we've been in this house. We renovated my husband's parents' old farmhouse. It was an old block house. I put a link to it in that comment too. So you can go and watch the YouTube video of it if you want to. But we spent almost 2.5 years renovating this. My previous kitchen was a third of the size of this one. So this is my dream kitchen, and so I want to show it to you and show you some of my favorite things in case you might want to incorporate, you know, some things with the drawers and the pantry and things like that that might be helpful for some of you guys. But what I was going to say just a minute ago is if you just want, anybody who's watching the replay, just fast forward it if you just want the recipe. But this is a group for us to encourage each other. And I love when you all chime in and tell, you know, as you're coming on telling us where you're from and your ideas. We want your ideas too. So that is what this is all about. If you just want cooking demos, go to the YouTube channel. There's a section called Cooking Demos, and we get straight to the chase, and we don't do any talking. So if that's what you want, go there. And but we welcome anybody who wants to watch the lives and participate with us. So, all right. So I think I'm seeing some of your comments, but not all of them. I brought my husband's, I'm signed in as him on this too, so that when my phone doesn't do the feed as quickly, and so that maybe I can see in real time what you guys are saying. Here we go. I'm just hoping the volume's not on this, because if it is, I'm gonna have to stuff it in something because I don't know how to turn it off. But anyway, let's go ahead and give one thing away. You want to? That's not gonna work, so we're just gonna wing it. The first thing, oh, there's Leslie. You love the interaction, Leslie. I do too. If it weren't for this, I would be alone in my journey. Gosh, that makes me feel so good, Leslie. That is what this is all about. We shouldn't, any of us, have to feel alone. This, living a plant-based lifestyle has so many benefits, but I won't kid you and say that it is easy all the time. It gets easier as time goes on, but everything is better when you've got somebody to encourage you. So Leslie, I am glad you're here. I hope you're healing well. I know you came after, actually a little bit before, I think, but you're new to this, and I know you've had a heart condition and all that. So I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad you're finding the encouragement that you're looking for. That's what it's all about. All right, who knows what this book is? This is the 21-day weight loss kickstart, and it's from Dr. Neal Barnard. Do any of you have this book? This book, most of you know I am a Food for Life instructor with the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, and so I have taught since 2015. I've been a licensed instructor with them, and we have 4, there's more than that now, but when I was actively teaching, we had 4 series, and this book was the main series that I taught at hospitals and cancer centers. Well, actually at the cancer center, I taught the cancer series, but this is such a great book. If you know Dr. Neal Barnard, he's the president of the Physicians Committee. He has a way of sharing information, and he's just an excellent speaker, an excellent author. And so we're going to give away this book today to somebody who wants it. So the beginning of it is really telling you about the science and the whys. It's holding your hand as far as how to get started. And then the last half of it is just recipes, menu planners, just all kinds of stuff. It's got great recipes. Many of the recipes on my website are from Dr. Barnard's books. He allows us to publish them. He's so good like that. Marcy says she's heard of Dr. Barnard, and he's great with helping people too. He really is. He's got all kinds of YouTube videos that you could hear him speak on diabetes, on weight loss, on cholesterol, blood pressure, so many things. And Rose, you don't have the book, but you have a lot of the other ones. I do too. I don't know how many books he has. A lot, because he's been at this, oh my goodness, probably since the late 70s, early 80s, I'm going to guess. I think the Physicians Committee started in the mid 80s. And Leslie says she watched Physicians Committee YouTube every day. That's excellent. That's a great way to get information. And Norma loves his books. I do too. And I thought, many of you may not need this, but you may know somebody who needs it. Marcy, you're newly diagnosed diabetic. Okay. And you know what, Marcy? He has a book specifically for diabetes. Maybe we'll give that one away in the coming weeks too. But it's if you look on Amazon, it would be, type in Dr. Neal Barnard and diabetes, and it would come up. It's an excellent book as well. But this book does cover diabetes too. So we're going to give this one away, as well as a t-shirt, and I'm going to give away a digital video series that I did last year as well. Marcy, either way, I'm going to be learning from your site. That's awesome. Hey, Marcy, I know the diabetes book would be great for you, but listen, you want this? I don't think you've never won anything. Lisboa, is that how you say your name? Lisboa, Marcy Lisboa. I don't think you've won anything before. If you haven't, then we're going to send you this book. And then maybe it will help you, because it does have a section on diabetes, and so many other things. So Marcy, why don't you just private message me your mailing address, and I will send this to you. Awesome. That's good. Good deal. I'll get it out to you maybe even tomorrow. So yes, awesome. I will do that, and we will pick winners for the t-shirt and for the video series. You're welcome, Marcy. She says, I appreciate that so much. You're welcome. Hopefully it will help you. I'm confident that it will. When we used to do the classes, we would go through this book and we would do the many recipes out of it. We would watch lectures from Dr. Neil Barnard as part of the classes, because the classes were taught I usually did them in 4 classes in a series. So we met once a week for 4 weeks. And so we got a lot of cooking. That was the great thing about the Physicians Committee's in-person classes. I cooked in front of them, and they got to eat the food. We served full meals, so it was great. But yeah, I highly recommend any of his books. And if anybody wants to look it up, please do that. Marcy, I'm going to write you down since Shelbo's not here. So Marcy. And now I've forgotten how to do your name again. Rothberg and Lisboa, if that's how you say it. Okay. All right. We will get that, and that is Kickstart. So we will get that out to you. If you'll just send me your address. All right. So I'm going to show you my kitchen for just a minute, and we are going to do the demo is so quick, guys. All we're going to be doing is making oat flour. It takes about 2 minutes. But I also want to tell you some recipes that you can use the oat flour in, and what I use it in regularly. So here's the hard part. Normally, see, my phone that's filming this is on a tripod, and so it's stable. It's on my little ottoman here. So I'm going to pick up the phone and take it with me to show you around the house for not the house, but the kitchen for just a minute, and some of my favorite things. And yeah, so get ready for the bobble. All right. Okay, so I am going, you want to see Marley too while we're at it? Let's see if it'll let me switch it around. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm trying to see how to switch it around. Oh, there's Marley. You can see her on the couch. A lot of you know she was having some health issues, and she is on medication. I'm trying to see where to switch, where you can see. Turn the camera around. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, guys, so here's the kitchen. This is one thing I loved so much and wanted so much in the kitchen, is this booth seating. I'm going to get right here so you can see it. I absolutely loved having the island space that's shaped like a U. It just gives so much room in here. And normally this tripod is on the table, and then we're doing the cooking demo over there. So we're fixing to do that in just a minute. Norma, my husband uses a lot of oat flour. Okay. Oh, he's the baker. Okay. You know what? I don't consider myself a baker either, but I do use oat flour a good bit in pancakes, especially on Saturday mornings. All right, so let me show you a couple of things that I love about the kitchen. You see these doors? They got the barn door, and then those two. These doors are antique doors from my husband. This house was my husband's parents, but there's another house. We live on the end of a dead-end road. There's another house down the road that my husband's mother spent part of her childhood in. And so we tried to incorporate as much. We went and got these doors from that old house that's fallen in that she grew up in. I love just knowing that her hands touched these doorknobs when she was a little girl. She was a wonderful, wonderful mother-in-law, and she was good to me. And so her and Pop. But yeah, this door was on that old house as well. And this was a furnace closet. And it's very deep. And so we needed to figure out a way to be able to reach back in there. So, yeah, we've got drawers that pull out so that we can reach in there and get things. I put my potatoes and my onions in here. Then I did canned goods. My flour and everything is up here. So yeah, it's just very handy, and I love that it's the antique doors and so much of the family's history. Another thing that I love is these big drawers. I didn't think that I was going to like the big drawers, honestly. I saw them in my nephew and niece's new home, and I was like, why did you do that? And now I love them. So we do a lot of Asian food. So there is some mushrooms and things like that, and then we've got all kinds of rice pastas. Even Tim and Heather's soups are in here. We love those. And then beans and grains. I keep in the bottom one so you can kind of see. Yeah, that's a lot. We're not going to starve to death by any means. But those are some of the things. And I showed you the other week, many of you, what I do with my Lazy Susan. I remember years back, most people were putting like Tupperware and pans and things in their Lazy Susan, but I don't. I put my spices. I just think it's a very convenient place to keep them because I have so many, and then I can spin it to get the ones that I'm looking for. It just is so convenient to do that. So if you have a Lazy Susan and you never open it because it's got things in there that you never use, you can use it for a spice rack, and it's just handy dandy. So that is pretty much, got my air fryer and all that good stuff. And we have some things, we did these lit upper cabinets with like those pink glasses were my great-grandmother's from probably the late 20s. So yeah, I just love having the history in here. Wow. Thank you, Marcy. We do love the kitchen. And let's see, Leslie says, I like bringing it to your attention. Pin the post. I might have to read that one in a minute because I'm not sure what that one says. It's kind of long. Okay, but I'll look at it. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I am going to turn this back around and see. Okay, there you are. All right, so now we are going to set this thing up, and you're going to have to bear with me for just a minute because I am going to put you over here, and I'm going to have to bring my, sorry for the wobbles, guys, but when I'm winging it by myself, you get to just see everything. All right, so I've got my blender ready to go. I'm going to move it over here so you can see it. We're going to get in yeah, this looks like a good view. Okay, so got the blender ready to make the oat flour, and I put the oat flour in the floor. I was just trying to get it out of the way. And then I put the oats in the floor. Okay, and I actually have the t-shirt we're giving away in the sink. I was just trying to make everything kind of look clean and not cluttered when I showed you around, but yeah, so, okay, we are ready. I'm going to grab this other canister because I just want to show you the differences between this and what I do. All right, so we're going to talk about oat flour for just a minute. Oat flour used to be considered, I think, a specialty flour, and it can be quite pricey if you are buying it already made. Because it is kind of specialty. Oats are naturally gluten-free, so a lot of people are leaning towards, like oat flour and other gluten-free flours. But one thing that I really like about oat flour, we're not gluten-free, but what I like about oat flour over other gluten-free flours is that when you are substituting it for recipes, like you're wanting to make a recipe gluten-free that wasn't originally gluten-free, like you're substituting for white flour or anything like that, the ratio is basically the same. You don't have to do any, tweaking of the measurements or anything. I have found that if a recipe calls for a cup of, wheat flour, then oat flour I substitute in the exact same 1 cup. So I don't have to, switch any of that stuff around, and it just makes it nice and easy. And it doesn't have to be expensive because I hope many of you are already eating oatmeal for breakfast. So you probably already have oats in your cabinet. And you really can make oat flour from the quick oats. You can make it from the traditional old-fashioned oats. And you can even make it with the steel-cut oats. Steel-cut oats are a thicker cut, so you will definitely need to blend it a little bit longer to get the powdery consistency for flour that you want. But you can do it with any of those. Let's see. Sean, what does that say? Nice. Okay, great. Oh, great to know, I guess, about the different flours. Yeah, I mean, it's just, this is really the only gluten-free flour that I use. And like I said, we're not gluten-free. The only thing is, oats are naturally gluten-free. However, many of the companies that process oats and make flour, or just process oats because they have to cut them, they also process other grains that may have wheat in it. So people who seriously have to be careful about gluten-free, like people with celiac disease, you need to make sure that your container of oats that you use says certified gluten-free, to make sure that it's not contaminated on the same machines that they're processing wheat products. So you'll have to be careful about that. Rosa says, my daughter, oh, she does have celiac disease. Okay. And oats, oh yeah, they can be cross-contaminated. Yeah, that's exactly, yeah, she said that just as I was saying it too. So you're right. If you have celiac disease, it can be very serious if you have any kind of gluten in your diet. So if that's the case, make sure yours says certified organic, or not organic, but gluten-free, which these are not. This is just the Aldi brand. It's inexpensive, and it's the one I tend to go to. We celebrate eating plants. Hey, I can't, was it Amy? I'm thinking your name might have been, no, Beth, there you are, Beth. Hi, because you won something the other week. I remember that. Thank you so much for doing this. You are welcome. Is that Jill, I'm thinking? I can't, it's so hard because you guys are about 3 feet away from me and I'm trying to see what you're saying. So, but all right. So this is so easy to make. So I have a Vitamix. You do not need a high-powered blender to make this. Any blender, food processor. Some people have even told me they did it in their coffee grinder. That'd be for a small amount for sure. But yeah, I mean, you really don't have to have specialty equipment to make this. As long as you've got one of these products, then you'll be able to do it. My Vitamix is somebody messaged me this week and asked what series my Vitamix is. It's a 5200. I haven't used any of the others, so I really can't speak to much about the differences at all with them. I just have always, when I started teaching for the Physicians Committee back in 2015, they gave me a Vitamix blender, and it happened to be a 5200 series, and so I've since bought another one, gave the other one to my sister, and they just keep going. But that's why I've stuck with the 5200 series. That's the one that I'm familiar with. But oh, you know what? With mine too, when that person, it was yesterday when that person asked me about it, so I got on to send her the link. And normally, I made a note. Normally, this blender is. I know, they're very pricey. I didn't get one. I did not get one until the Physicians Committee gave me one. But normally it's like $550, which is a lot, I know. But oh my goodness, they are so good. But right now, this 5200 series, I put a link to it. It's in the top of the comments if you want to look at it. At least yesterday, I didn't check again today, but yesterday it was $390. I have no idea why. That sounds like a Black Friday, sale or something, and I'm not sure. And I do have Amazon Prime, so maybe it was giving me a special deal. But if you need a Vitamix, you might want to go check. And all the links are, for Amazon anyway, are affiliate links. So I do make a small percentage at no cost to you if you order through my links. But This is a blender I know well and I do love. And when I bought it, it came with this canister, which is the high profile canister, and by far I use this canister the most. And you can make the oat flour in it, no problem whatsoever. When I do my mayonnaise, I make sour cream, I make sauces, my cheese sauce, all that is always made in this high profile. Just the shape of it causes it to spin well when I'm making sauces and things like that. But for flour, it doesn't come with this canister, but I did buy this one extra. You don't have to have it though, but it's just the low profile, and I like to use it when I'm making flour because this is a narrow bottom on this one, and it can cake up, and you might have to stop and stir it just a minute to get it to the flour not to cake up on the bottom. But this one is wider on the bottom, and so it allows it to move more freely. Trying to see. All right. Okay, oh, somebody said something about Costco. Costco has a sale on. Okay. On this Vitamix? Awesome. Right now. Sean says it's on sale right now. And doesn't know what model it is. Costco is a great place to get them too. I know, especially during Christmas month, I'll see them for $300 and something too. So you really can't go wrong with that. Back in the old days, before I started, doing plant-based, I just had, an Oster or something like that. And it got me by. But when you are eating plant-based and you're making a lot of sauces, especially if you're making sauces with cashews or other nuts, the only way that I have found to truly get them creamy is with the high power blender, and I love the Vitamix. I think I told the story of I have a cream cheese. I'll try to go back and put some of these that I'm mentioning that are just coming up. I didn't put these links, but I have a cream cheese recipe. It's actually up on my Facebook page right now. And it's made with cashews and tofu, and it's so delicious. We took some to Tennessee when we went the other week to put on bagels. But my sister liked that recipe, and she made it, and she had a little bit left over. This has been, gosh, maybe even 2 years ago. And she gave it to me, some leftover in a container, and it was delicious. It was my recipe. It was delicious, but it was grainy. And so, I asked her what she blended it in, and I don't even remember now what she said. And I said, it could be so much better. Ended up giving her my other Vitamix. It needed a little bit of a tune-up, so she sent it off for the tune-up, and now she said she can't believe the difference. It's just crazy. If she was here today, like she normally is, she would tell you it's unbelievable the difference. So anyway, I'm going to use this, and this is just how simple, guys. There is an article on the website. I put a link in that comment with the list of links at the top of this. And it's called How to Make Oat Flour and Recipes to Use It In. So you can go there and you'll be able to find the recipes that I'm going to mention to you in just a minute. But basically, you just take, this is 2 cups. You could do 1 cup of oat flour if you want to. This is 2 cups just oats. When we blend it, it will be just a little bit less if you measured it out. Than 2 cups. I think it's like, if you did 1 cup, it's a tablespoon less than being a cup. So it reduces the volume a little bit when you blend it. Good to know. We've been so jealous of what? Of the picture. I'm going to have to be able to see this better. But anyway, I can't tell what that is saying, but I'll look at it in just a minute when I can get closer. I'm just going to go ahead with this, but it's almost equal parts, but a tablespoon off for every cup. So I'm going to pour this in here, and then all you have to do, guys, is spin it. I start off slow and then spin it. You probably, depending on what you're doing, if you're doing it in a food processor, you might have to adjust the time just a little bit. If you're doing it in a coffee grinder like that other person suggested, I really am not sure. You'd have to do it for longer in a coffee grinder, I feel certain. But for this one, I'm just going to start off with the low. I have to turn it on first. And then just pick it up. I'm not going to spin for the whole minute because there's no need for you guys to listen to that. But I just want to show you how simple it is. certainly blend it for longer than that, for like I said, for like a minute. And you can just see, but I want to show you in that few seconds, you can see, it just makes it into a nice powder. And when we're off of here and I blend it a little bit more, it'll get more fine. So it is perfect. My favorite, there's a number of recipes on my website, and then I shared some oat flour recipes from other sites as well, if you go to that link that I left. But here are some of them. For me, it's pancakes. We have banana oat pancakes that I make most Saturdays. And then we top them with maple syrup and blueberries and strawberries most of the time. Sometimes I'll cook a little bit of apples to put on top. But the pancakes are great. You can make waffles out of oat flour. Rip Esselstyn, many of you know him from Plant Strong. He has an oatmeal raisin chocolate chip cookie recipe, the Vegan 8, and I put the link for all of these, but she's got a zucchini fudge brownie made with oat flour. Forks Over Knives has a blueberry oat breakfast muffin recipe. Nutritiously has quick and healthy vegan oat bars. There's just a number of things. We have oatmeal. Ours are just muffins, like banana oat muffins, banana oat pancakes. I even have, which is perfect with Halloween coming up, a Tootsie Roll recipe. Yes, I do, on the site. And it is made with oat flour, and there's no cooking involved. You just make the oat flour, get the rest of the ingredients, and you knead it with your hands, and then roll it up, and then slice the, but I love making that. It is delicious, and we get to eat Tootsie Rolls, and they are, you don't have to worry about having all the other junk that's in there. They're completely plant-based. So check those out. Like I said, the link is in that oat flour recipe article. And then we also have a chocolate pie crust recipe on EatPlant-Based that uses oat flour. So just super simple. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking, I can't make promises, but I'm thinking next week, well, one thing, we usually do these lives on Tuesdays, and next Tuesday is Halloween. So I'm thinking we might do it on Wednesday instead, and I don't know if it's going to be at 1 p.m. or 7 p.m. I got to check with my sister who helps me. But I'm thinking we might make the banana oat pancakes out of the oat flour. It just seems like a good step up from making the oat flour today to next week making the banana oat pancakes, especially since they're a favorite here. They're a favorite. My husband got pretty sick earlier in the year, and he was having some teeth problems, and he actually had shingles, and it had gotten into his mouth. It was terrible. Those banana oat pancakes were the only thing that he would eat. And he didn't even eat them with syrup or anything else. He just took the pancake and ate it, and that's what kept him alive for about 3 weeks. All right, Rose, if I need, I'm going to have to put on some, these glasses aren't going to help me because these are for close up. Oh, that's not going to help at all. I'm going to get close to my phone in just a second and answer your questions. All right, so I'm going to give away one thing, and then I'm going to come look at what you guys are saying so that I can answer you and see who wants to win something. So the next thing I want to give to you, to give away to somebody, is a digital product. It is a Plant-Based Basics, Recipes, and Beyond video series that I did last year. It has 5 instructional videos for like how to cook without oil, grocery shopping, just how to meal plan, things like that. So 5 instructional videos for a total of 2 hours of that, and then 5 cooking demos. So it's 32 minutes of cooking demos and 2 hours of instructional videos. It's got the PDF download, so if it's a recipe, I just included the download so that you don't even have to go to the website and scroll or hit the jump to button or anything. You can just have the download. We've got expert tips included and recipe links. So I am going to give away this video series. And you know, it's really not just for people who are new, because we're always learning, and I love getting ideas from other people. So it's really for everybody, from beginners who are getting started to long haulers that just need some encouragement and some fresh ideas. So who would like for me to send you the video series? So I'm going to get close and read your comments for just a minute. And then let's see what we got. All right. Where are my glasses now? All right. So Rose says, if I need a third cup of oat flour, do you measure before or after blending? I measure both, really, because if you need just a little bit, you can guesstimate it, how much it's going to be by measuring the whole oats. But, you know, if you make too much, and I would suggest making more than you actually need. Sorry for the wobbling. Because if you store it, leftover oat flour, in an airtight container at room temperature, I mean, you could do it in a Ziploc bag or any kind of a container, then it'll last. You know, it'll last 6 months or more, as long as any other flour would. And then if you put it in the refrigerator or the freezer, you could keep it for a very, very long time. So, you know, if you end up making more than you need, then great. Then that's like if you were going to do a recipe and it called for 1 cup of oat flour, I would go ahead and make 2 cups or 3 cups, and then store the rest of it in an airtight container. And then when you need to make pancakes or Tootsie Rolls or anything else in the coming weeks, then you can you're done. That's 1 step that's finished, and you can get straight to making the recipe. This isn't difficult to do, but when you can eliminate a step, you're getting closer and closer to the finished product. So I highly recommend, but I do measure before and after. Jody, you made it, girl. Hey, she missed last week. I'm glad you made it. Boy, I got a hair crazy looking thing there. Man, I'm about to knock my cup off. Oh, we missed you too, Jody. I'm glad that you are here. Let's see. Louise says she would love them. You mean the video series? Is that who you're talking about? I think that might be what you. And Cindy does too. Gosh, a lot of you are wanting this. Will give me more information and inspiration. Gosh, there's so many of you wanting that. Norma says she had leftover flour, and they just added some to their rice, cauliflower, and oatmeal for breakfast. That's a good idea. It's another way to get more grains into your breakfast. Okay, Louise, you said yes. Louise, have you won anything else? Marcy won the Kickstart book. Louise, have you? I don't have my list in front of me. If you've won anything else, then I don't think that you have, though. I don't remember mailing anything to you. Louise, if you haven't won anything else, then I will send you. Let me write your name down. I will send you the video series. Louise Neighbor, and then Pizzali. Okay. So what I will need, because I won't be snail mailing it to you. I will be just sending it to you. So Louise, you could just private message me your email address, and I will shoot that over to you in just a little while today. Hey, Wanda. Wanda's been tuning in a good bit. Louise, you won the Plan A. All right. I hate to do that, but I'm trying to make sure as many people win as they can. So Sid mailed you. Okay, Sid mailed you the Plan A die. So if someone else wants it, thank you. That's so kind and so good. And yeah, I think since you've won something in the previous one, let's see if somebody else. Thank you. Thank you for being so understanding. Did you like the Plan A diet? Have you started reading that one, Louise? I absolutely loved it. I bet that you are loving it too. Let me see who else said that. Let me see if it'll let me go back. You are loving the book. Good deal. All right, somebody else. All right, maybe not. Marlene, have you ever tried to sub oat flour for whole in your cornbread recipe. I have not, Marlene, but it should work just fine. It should be a great substitute, same ratio and everything. I would okay, here's Cindy. Cindy, I would love a series that would give me new information and inspiration. This way of eating is so vital. Okay, Cindy, I am going to write you down. And is it Minick? M-I-N-N-I-C-K? Minick? Okay, so you're going to do the video series. And so we'll do that. And we're going to give away one more prize in just a minute, and it will be the t-shirt. Actually, let me go ahead and give it to somebody. Make sure. Okay, I wanted to mention, I'm coming back, a couple of things. We talked about that. Guys, if you're not already, please subscribe to the website. Please do like and follow the Facebook page too. But if you'll subscribe to Eat Plant-Based, I send out an email with new recipes and articles and everything 3 times a week. I send them out on Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you can stay up to date and get the latest information and not miss a beat ever. You don't have to wait for us to just put random things on the Facebook page. You can get all the new stuff and even some seasonal, like pretty soon we're going to start. I was working on this a little bit yesterday, especially the Sunday emails that go out are going to be themed for fall and Thanksgiving. So we're going to do like the vegan meatloaf recipe and the mashed potatoes and the 10-minute brown gravy and the golden gravy, and there's a seitan roast that we make. All these things will be going out in emails for Thanksgiving coming up. So if you want to make sure you get those emails and get some great ideas for Thanksgiving and even Christmas dinners, then subscribe to the page. And there's a link for subscribing in that list of links that I put on the very first comment on this thread. So you can go there and subscribe and get lots of information. Okay, so Cindy's going to send me her email address by private message, and then let's give this away. This is a t-shirt, obviously, with our logo on it, Eat Plant-Based. And as I said, Norma got one. She actually bought one. You can buy these if you want to. You just have to go to the website, and there is a product page tab at the top. We've got the coffee mugs, we've got t-shirts, we've got the video series. All of those things you can find on the product page. And these, I think, are $15 plus shipping. But we're going to give one away today. So we have them in small, medium, large, and extra large. So I'm going to give this one away to somebody, or one away. I'm going to move that before I knock it into the floor. Yeah, who wants the t-shirt? Somebody, and you may already be telling me, and it may be like a delay. Whoa. I have no idea what I just did. I might have just messed something up. Oh, wait, here's one. Diane, have you won something? Diane, have you won anything else? Oh, Marlene, I know you haven't won anything. Marlene took classes with me at the hospital back a number of years ago. I'll tell you what, Diane, I'm going to check my list. Diane, if you don't mind chiming in and telling me if you have not won anything, then I'll send you a t-shirt too, because you were the first one that I saw. If you have already won something, oh, you ordered the cup. That's why I know your name. Okay, so both of you are going to get a t-shirt. Diane, where's the other pen? Okay, Diane, I knew your name, and I had shipped you stuff. So, yep, that's why you're ringing a bell. So you're going to get a t-shirt, and Marlene, you're going to get a t-shirt. Skeever, Marlene, I knew your last name. It just takes me a minute. There's so many of you guys. And you're going to get a t-shirt. So what I need you two ladies to do is private message me your address and what size shirt that you want. And then we will send you the t-shirt. Jody says, Terry, I had purchased some TVP crumbles thinking that it's just as healthy as soy curls. Is that right? You know, Jody, I prefer soy curls. That's a really, really good question. And they're both made with soybeans. but there's a difference. TVP is actually defatted soybeans, which, you'd think that it would be, that defatted sounds like less fat and good, but they just take the fat and then and it's just like a paste that's left. So it's way more processed. Whereas with soy curls, see, TVP is, it's separated, the fat from the rest of it. And soy curls is the whole soybean. So anytime I can go towards the whole thing, the whole plant, less processed, I do. So don't throw those out. I would say use them, and use those up. But next time, just make sure you get the soy curls. I'll show you what the soy curls look like. I'm going to trip over something, guys. Hang on. So this is the soy curls. So this will be, this is one name brand. Butler's, I don't think they're the only maker of it. So I'm sure that there are, like Whole Foods, other places like Whole Foods and places where you can buy things in bulk. You can get them. But I order them online because most grocery stores, just regular grocery stores, are not going to have soy curls. But, so it says it's the whole bean. And that's all that's in it. One ingredient, the whole bean. They just form it into, they cook it and then form it into these. So yeah, there's a difference. If you want to know more about the difference, there's an article on the website. If you, in the search bar on EatPlant-Based website, if you type in soy curls, there's an article that goes into the difference between TVP, which is textured, what is it, God? Textured something protein. I don't know. Vegetable, maybe textured vegetable protein. I'm not sure. But soy curls, it just tells the difference between them. So, okay. So, Norma said the shirts are very comfortable. And Norma, you looked so good in yours, too. You're so cute as a button. She was going to the gym and she snapped a picture of her in hers and her little black yoga legging pants. Marcy said it's like Oprah. You're getting a car and you're getting a car. LOL. You're getting a shirt and you're getting a shirt and you're getting a book and a video series. I love giving things away, guys. And Jody's right. Amazon sells the soy curls. That's where I get mine from. And you can order them directly from the company, Butler's, if you want to, too. Textured vegetable protein. Thank you, Sean. Yes, that is what it is. The V just wasn't coming to me. But yeah, so that's the difference. And I think that's mostly everything, guys. It's a shorter one today, a little bit shorter. But I wanted to come on, and I do love giving things away because you guys are my tribe. I mentioned at the beginning of this, somebody had said something about wild talking. Why not just get to the demo? It's because this is our tribe. This is our community. You guys are our people. And if you just want cooking demos, go to YouTube. We've got a YouTube channel. But this is more about community and getting to know all of you, getting to read your comments, getting to share the questions and answer questions. And we throw in a demo, but that's not the main focus. So that is what the lives are about, is more about building our Eat Plant-Based community and just supporting each other. Like Leslie said just a minute ago, support is very important. And last week I shared with you guys some of the things I'm going through. So I need support. You need support. And what better way than to get on here and then just share. Oh my goodness, here comes RoboCop again. Okay, Marcy, I'm so glad I signed on. I am too. I love how this was live and I feel the support. Yay. I know I can lose the 150 pounds that I need to lose with all of your help. I tell you what, girl, we are cheering you on. And if you want some encouragement, especially since this is your first one, we have on the website, if you go to the tab that says Success Stories, there's all kinds of success stories written in from the people who have gone through. One that's just coming to my mind is Tim Kaufman. He weighed 400 pounds and lost half of his body weight. And now he and his wife are doing amazing things. So if you need some encouragement, go look at those success stories. And and it will definitely encourage you. And there's even ways you can reach out to those people who wrote those about their journey and their life. We tried to include information where you can contact them if you want to ask them what they eat for breakfast or things like that, then you can do that. So thank you all so much for being here and for sticking with me while we just were winging it a different way with me flying solo today. And my sister will be back next week. As I said, I'm going to put up an event link pretty soon after I talk to her, but I think we're going to do Wednesday next week, probably. I don't know what time. It'll either be 1 or it'll be 7 p.m. Thank you, Jody. You're awesome too. Oh, Jody's making the little smokies, the smoky carrots. They look like little smokies. They're great for appetizers for the holidays and stuff coming up, but they're made with carrots and barbecue sauce. They're delicious. So I'll try to go back and watch this and maybe put up some of the links that we're mentioning that I don't have up. So you guys take care, and I will see you next week. Watch for the event link to go up, maybe even tomorrow. We'll see. I'll try to get it up as quick as possible to verify when we'll be making those pancakes next week. I think it will be Wednesday. And I really think, guys, I think it'll be at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but just keep your eye on it so you'll know for sure after I talk to her, and we can find out what's the best time for her too. So thanks for tuning in and being a part of it. God bless you too, Jody, and you take care, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.